Hello, dear friends. I welcome you all to today's session. Today, we are going to continue with the grammar topics. And for today's session, I have once again picked up a very interesting topic for you. So, are you ready? Alright, let us see what do we have today. Okay, so today we are going to talk about transitive and intransitive verbs. Dear children, as you all know, what are verbs? Yes, verbs are action words. Then what are transitive and intransitive? Let us see. Transitive and intransitive verbs. So, dear children, a transitive verb has a direct object. An intransitive verb does not have a direct object. Now, you all must be aware that what is an object in a sentence? Let us see an example. The audience applauds the actors. Dear children, the word in this blue color, applauds. This is our verb. The audience is the subject. The words which are after the verb, they are our objects. Actors, you can see in red color. So this word actors is actually the object of the sentence. Now if I ask you that the audience applauds whom? So you will tell me that the audience applauds the actors. So because we have a direct object in this sentence, our verb applauds is a transitive verb. Okay? Now see the next sentence. The audience applauds loudly. Here we can see that the verb applauds does not have any object. Right? The word loudly is not the object. It tells us how this action is being done. Okay? So this verb is actually our intransitive object. Let us see some more examples to see the clear difference. So dear children, actually a transitive verb is a verb that requires an object for meaning because the action transfers to the object. What does this mean? This means that the verb will be completed only when it gets an object. Let us see what more we have. Intransitive verb, on the other hand, it is that verb that does not require an object for meaning. Meaning here means to complete it because the action is complete in itself. We will be clear with these definitions more when we see some examples. Let us see. This sentence, Sara baked a cake. Now if I ask the question, Sara baked what? Then the answer is cake. Okay? So when our object gives us the answer of the question what or whom, then that means the verb used in that sentence is a transitive verb. I will again repeat. See, in this sentence, the object is cake. When we ask that Sara baked what? The answer we get is cake. So that means this object gives us answer to the question what? And so this verb is transitive verb. Okay? So what does that mean? That verb which has an object in a sentence and that object must answer the question what or whom or who, then that verb becomes transitive verb. Let us see the next example. Nomi plays. Now here Nomi is the subject. Plays is the verb. Is there any object? No. So that is why this verb plays is my intransitive verb. Okay? Let us see some more examples to clear this topic. See, intransitive verbs are action verbs, but unlike the transitive verbs, they do not have an object receiving the action. There are some sentences like I laughed. In this sentence, I is the subject, laughed is the verb, and there is no object. Similarly, I cried. I is the subject, cried is the verb, and there is no object in the sentence. In the same way, the book fell. The word the book is the subject of the sentence, fell is the verb, and there is no object. The horse galloped. The horse is the subject of the sentence. Galloped is the verb. So there is no object again. The sun set. The sun is my subject. Set is the verb. Now dear children, in all these sentences, all the verbs were there and they did not have any object. Okay. But the sentence was complete. So that means these verbs do not need an object to complete their meaning. And that is why they are intransitive verbs. Okay? Now see, this is a very good table in which the same verb is used as transitive and the same verb is used in intransitive way. Let us see one example. Let us read all of them one by one. The first verb is speak. I would like to speak with you. Now in this example, dear children, the verb is speak and you is the object of the sentence. Because if I ask, I would like to speak with whom? Then the answer will be you. So that is why here in this sentence, the verb speak is a transitive verb. Because the object is given. Okay? And this object is giving the answer of the question, whom? Now see the same in different sentence. Let's speak. Here speak is the verb and there is no object. So the same verb becomes intransitive because the sentence is complete and there is no object. Okay? Similarly, read. We are reading your new book. If I ask, what are we reading? Or we are reading what? The answer will be new book. So that means reading is a transitive verb. And the next, we are reading. The sentence is complete and there is no object. So in this sentence, the reading verb is intransitive verb. So that means you have to see that if there is an object and the object gives you answer of the question who, whom or what, then that verb becomes transitive verb. And if there is no object, then the verb is intransitive verb. Okay? Similarly, cancel. Ed cancelled the reservation. So, Ed cancelled what? The answer will be the reservation. Okay? So, it is an transitive verb. Alright? Cancelled verb is a transitive verb here. On the other hand, Ed cancelled. In this sentence, there is no object. So, this verb is intransitive verb. Next, we have agree. I agree with you. So, I agree with what? The answer is you. So, that means there is an object. It is a transitive verb. Okay. In the next sentence, I agree. There is no object, so it is intransitive verb. Next, count. We count on her assistance. So we count on what? We count here means we depend on her assistance. Assistance means help. So we count on what? The answer is her assistance. So that means there is an object which is giving the answer to the question what or whom. So this verb count is a transitive verb in this sentence. Okay? Next, that counts. Now here, this is an intransitive verb. Alright? Because there is no object. Keep these things in your mind that whenever you see a verb, look for its object. If it has an object which gives you answer to the question what or whom, then it becomes transitive. If the sentence does not have any object, then your verb becomes intransitive. Let us move further. So based on this knowledge, let us try and attempt an exercise. Keep the rules in your mind. You have to look for the object. Okay? Let us see what do we have first. Identify the verb in each sentence and write T for transitive verbs and IN for intransitive verbs. Okay. Let us see number 1. The stranger looked surprised. Now just see and understand what is each word in this sentence. Shall we begin? Okay. The first is the stranger. So this is our subject because it is before the verb. The verb is looked. Surprised is an adjective. It is not an object. It tells you the quality of the stranger. That how did it look? Okay. So is there any object? No. So the verb is looked and the type of this verb is intransitive. Okay. Next we have birds are flying. Now again in this sentence, dear children, birds, word birds, it is the subject of the sentence. Flying is your verb and this is an yes, intransitive verb because there is no object. Okay? I'm sure you have understood. Next we have the cows were grazing in the meadow. Now let us understand again. What is the subject? The cows. What is the action word? Verb. Yes, you're right. It is grazing. And what is in the meadow? Is it an object? No. Dear children, it is not an object, right? It is just a place. It is an adverb. So, or you can say that if you write the cows were grazing what? Then do you get the answer of this what? No, we don't get any answer in this sentence. That is why the verb is grazing and the type is intransitive. Dear children, the easiest way is find out your verb and then ask yourself, do you get the answer of what or whom? No, we don't get. In the meadow gives us the answer of where. If I ask you, where were the cows grazing? The cows were grazing in the meadow. So that means I am getting the answer of the question where. So that is why it is intransitive. To become transitive, it should give us the answer of the question what or whom. Keep that in mind. Number 4, the children slept well. Now can you ask, the children slept what? Is there any answer? No. The children slept whom? Do you get any answer? No. The children slept how? Now we get the answer well. So, the verb is slept and the type is intransitive. Okay, because this verb has no object. Shall we move further? Okay, next we have the stranger liked the trees. The stranger is the subject. Liked is your action, which is verb. Now just ask yourself, the stranger liked what? The answer is yes, the answer is the trees. So that means we have an object which gives us answer to our question what. So the verb liked is transitive. Okay? And what is the object in this sentence? Yes, the object is the trees. Next we have eagles soar high. Soar means fly. Now eagles is the subject. Soar is your verb. Again ask yourself, eagles soar what? We don't get any answer. Eagles soar whom? Again we don't get any answer because there is no object in this sentence. So the verb is soar and the type is intransitive. Okay? Very good. Next we have the aeroplane is flying over the house. The subject we have is the aeroplane. The verb flying. Now where the aeroplane is flying? Over the house. So does this give you answer of what or whom? No. So the verb flying is intransitive. Okay, you have to simply ask the answer of what or whom. If you get it, it becomes transitive. If you don't get it, it becomes intransitive. Let us see next. Children play in the park. Now children play what? There is no answer. Children play whom? There is no answer. Children play where? In the park. So that is not the answer of transitive. So that is why play is the verb. Type is intransitive. There is no object. Okay. Rima is dancing. It is very simple. Rima is subject, dancing is verb, and there is no object. So this verb is Intransitive. Very good. Now this is a very interesting. I gave a pen as a gift to my friend. What is the subject? I. What is the verb? Gave. I gave what? I gave a pen. So that means there is an object? Yes. We have to find our object. Do not worry about what is written more. If you get your object, if it gives you answer of what, it is your transitive verb. Alright? So gave verb is transitive because it has an object, pen. Okay? Next we have Mohan is playing. Again, the subject is Mohan. Playing is verb and there is no object in the sentence. So the verb is intransitive. Next, please give me a glass of water. What is the verb? Very good. Give. And now ask yourself, please give me what? The answer is a glass of water. So that means in this sentence, the object is glass of water, which is the answer of the question, what? So, the verb is give and this verb is transitive verb. Alright? Now always remember, find out your verb, ask the question, what? If your object gives you answer of the question what or whom, then the verb becomes transitive. If there is no object in the sentence, the verb is intransitive. Dear children, you can anytime pause the video, watch it again to understand that same verb can be used as transitive. It can be used as intransitive also. Okay, we did it in a table form. Right. So please, I hope you must have understood this topic now. And that brings to the end of this session. Thank you.